Every now and then I get a few minutes dive on her.
Good. It's going.
Okay, welcome everybody to the monthly town meeting. I'm going to read the minutes from the June 2nd meeting. Jeff Shirley motions to accept the minutes from the May 12th, 2026 meeting. Tony Smith seconded, and the vote was 3-0. The water report was read by Jeff Shirley. There was no police report. The monthly water meeting with contractors was held another month behind, so now 2 months behind. No materials have been ordered. We'll start on the foundation in July. Pay application, $106,419 for Caldwell Tank Engineering. Jeff Shirley motions to accept. Tony Jacobs seconds. Vote was 3-0. Change order for B&T Drainage for $43.43. Tony Smith motions to accept. Jeff Shirley seconds. The vote was 3-0. B&T Drainage for $265,344.50 for meters. Jeff Shirley motions to accept. Tony Smith seconds. The vote was 3-0. Engineering invoice for $49.10 was being tabled until council has time to sort out invoice. Reason for service was unclear. Jeff Shirley motions to table. Tony Jacobs second. The vote was 3-0. Engineering invoice for $23,879 was also tabled until monthly meeting to get clarification on service also. Jeff Shirley motions to table. Tony Smith seconds. The vote was 3-0. HWC engineering meeting was today. Start paperwork now to be able to receive grant for the paving of the streets. The timeline of all paperwork submitted by September 2026 so that we can apply for the grant September of 2027 for paving in the spring of 2028. Discussion of townspeople getting grindings from paving to use for personal use will be discussed later. John Spur, County Attorney, discussed ordinance prohibiting sex offenders from parks and recreational areas in the town of Perrysville, Indiana. Jeff Shirley read the ordinance. The consensus from public to approve ordinance. Jeff Shirley motions to accept. Tony Smith second. The vote was 3-0. Ordinance number needs assigned and signatures needed by town council. Discussion on town ordinance for water meter and accounts and how many dwellings can be on a single account. Discuss community action Highland Apartments, 20 units currently paying approximately $450 per month. Consensus is to raise rates for multiple dwellings. Research is needed before changes are made. Discussion on pulling out meters and capping lines on vacant properties. With no further business, Jeff Shirley motions to adjourn. Tony Jacobs seconds, and the vote was 3-0.
Motion.
Second.
Water report. Total usage for the month of June was 2,262,000 gallon. Daily average 42,000. It's 1,000 less than the previous month. June's highest day was 61,000. Lowest was 24,000. One test came back positive. We immediately took the test 5 more times and they were all okay. So the problem must have been the guy taking the test. Mike wrote that, I'm not saying that. Other than that, the plant is running okay, nothing more to report. Mike. Ongoing project, I don't know if anybody's been down 32 lately, but they did actually start today. So ground has been broke. They're putting in the foundation. Steel's ordered. They're working on it. So we're going over the payments.
I see progress has been made on the installations.
Yeah, all the readers are installed, lids are installed. We got a few meters.
Yeah, we're like a dozen. I think we have a dozen more meters and readers to install and lids. So, and we'll be done.
We're getting close.
And your coordination of where they are and property type things, you got that all coordinated again?
I think so.
What do you mean?
Well, you're going around checking numbers and.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, as they're putting them in, they're writing everything down and getting it to
We have
us.
a massive spreadsheet.
Yeah, yeah.
So you finished up on the ones that were done and then,
We
Yeah.
got a lot of the readers installed. We still have some that need meters and readers.
We have double checked everything that B&T installed.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Is that what you were asking?
yes.
Okay,
I
yes.
just wanted to
We
go
finished double checking
I know
everything
that was
they
a
did.
mess and I was asking
Yeah.
about progress.
Yes.
So,
Yep,
good job.
yep. That was a mess.
Hey, are you, before you, determine when you're gonna start charging for the, rates, once you get that established, are you gonna, like a month before that, send out a notice on how many gallons of water people are presently using?
So once the system is up and running, like the actual meter system is up and running,
Uh-huh.
there'll be a water rate study of a year, is what we've
You
said.
will see your usage for a year.
For a year. So every month you'll get a bill that'll show your usage,
Okay,
and so you'll know
yeah,
how many gallons you're using.
okay. And then when will you determine when you're gonna start charging for X amount of gallons?
After the year.
After the
After
year.
the year?
Yeah.
So if it's September when we're 100% up online, we'll go a year
Oh, okay,
before we start billing off rate.
okay.
Do you guys know what the set number is gonna be that we're gonna get for that one monthly bill before we pay for extra water usage?
We won't know till after the rate study, but the standard in Indiana is 4,000 gallon. So I would assume it's 4,000 gallon. I don't know why it would be different, but I don't actually know that. So Baker Tilly does all our rate analysis stuff. But it should be 4,000 gallon.
If you got a piece of property, it's probably gonna be shut off for close to a year. How you gonna just determine the rate on that?
It'll be the rate ordinance or the rate study will be done on an average for the whole
Okay.
town.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So
Yep.
taking one out or
Yep.
putting one back in here and there is not gonna
Okay.
make a
All right.
difference. So,
Okay.
yep.
Did you get all your extra people that you tapped in that was supposed to be tapped in?
Everybody's been installed, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Jump on to payments real quick. We've got one.
These are the ones she said will be approved at this meeting.
Yeah. So we've got one from CHA, which is the engineering firm. And it is for $23,879. That is for the engineer inspector's time. So I went over that yesterday with the engineer. We got a motion on those one at a time.
Just do them all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one that's janked up that we are not voting on. They've got one that they got some billing issues on that we caught yesterday.
Now we know why they go down.
So you need number 7.
Okay. This, okay.
That one,
Stay on.
Yes, this one's void.
yeah.
This is, okay, so
For the base
I've got a bill here from CHS. It's $38,723. When our engineer went back over this pay app, he saw that some stuff got double pulled when the lady did the invoice. The actual invoice total is $19,419. If you want to table that, or that's up to you.
This one right here. Oh, and she said something about something didn't get paid.
And then we've got the one for 4,910. We've tabled this one for a couple months because there was confusion on what this was. This is for John Clark, which is the engineer inspector for the tank. project.
Oh.
So we'll go ahead and approve that one tonight.
This one's been corrected.
It's been corrected, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to pay all four.
I'll second.
Okay. New and old ordinances, so we talked about the rate ordinance last month. After doing some reading and researching, talking to the town attorney, what Indiana typically does in this situation is they would bill one full rate charge plus 75% of occupancy. So a place that has 20 apartments is gonna pay 100% of one and then 75% 19 times. And then they will get that same usage, so they'll get 75% of the usage of those meters once we start metering water. I can read through that. How do you guys want to do this? You want me to read the whole thing, or that's the gist of what we would be changing in the rate ordinance? Is
So that would affect,
that would affect Highland Manor, the apartments. That would affect. So the way this is written is any apartment type building, which would have multiple dwellings, businesses, or any occupied space
Yeah.
that would be separately rented, would be billed as 75% of an
so
occupancy.
you have to install meters for.
No, they'll run off one meter, but, so if you had an apartment complex with 4 meters, you'll get billed the whatever it is, $100,
104.95.
$104.95, and then you'll get billed 3 more times for 75% of that.
So what do you do if they run over their amount? They just have to average it out over.
That's gonna be to the land, or to the owners,
That makes sense.
right? So they can have more meters put in, but putting 20 meters in at Highland Manor would
Yeah.
be,
It'd be, well, and at the end of the day, they're also helping other people out. So
Correct.
it's not- Yeah, I
yeah.
understood that.
And it's expensive to put a meter pit in. We just put some in, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
So Highland Manor bill will go from about $500 to $1,500 a month. Plus, if they use more water, it'll be added,
Yeah.
so.
And then you're gonna give them good notice, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't actually vote on this. This is just discussion. We can vote on it next month, and then there's a notice period, so they'll have plenty of,
Okay,
I mean,
just
I-
so nobody gets a bad surprise.
right, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
so.
Who paid for the meters going in at each residence that had to have a meter put in individually?
We all did.
We all did?
Yeah.
It wasn't charged to the direct resident at that location?
It depend, are you talking about all the new meters?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If, like if you had a meter that was covering 2 or 3 properties, that you had to put
Okay.
in a meter.
So the resident paid for those meters.
The specific resident?
Yeah, so if they had 2 houses on 1 meter,
Yeah.
that resident or that landowner had to pay for that pit.
So we did that for several different locations around town for
Correct.
meters that had to be installed. Was each meter that was installed roughly the same amount that was charged to the resident, or did it depend on where it was at, or what resident, or how long it had to be done, or?
Do we have the actual bill yet?
We don't,
I just didn't know, like, you've got one, you know, if you replace one here and one there and one there.
Right.
Did each person get charged 1,000, or one person get
There-
charged 500, one person got charged 2,000?
So the way our the way our ordinance is written is they're gonna pay cost of install. So
Just depending on the
at
day.
one location, they had to run 200 feet of water line from the water meter location to the house.
Right.
At one place, they ran 20 feet. So the price is gonna be different.
Okay.
But in general, I would expect the price to be pretty close
Okay.
across the board. So,
I just asked a question.
yeah, no worries. Okay, moving on. No other questions on the rate ordinance? Okay. That's it. We talked about a building ordinance. After going through, I went through every ordinance the town has on record. We have a building ordinance, the same exact building ordinance we were talking about. They already signed it in 2017, so it's kind of a mute conversation.
Do you want to discuss the property that's being cleaned up?
I don't know. How's that work? Can we? Do we? I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
You probably can't say anything.
Probably not.
Okay.
So,
That ordinance is on the page, right? On the Perrysville page where you can look up the ordinance.
I doubt it.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is true or not, and I don't even remember where I heard it. But somebody told me that the website couldn't hold all of our ordinances, so they started to load them, and then the website wouldn't hold anymore. So, but we have. I mean, if you want a copy of the ordinance, I can get you one. That's no big deal.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Read it, but-
I can shoot me your email, and I'll just email you a copy of it.
Sounds good.
You can get through it.
And I have been trying to update that website, but it's like an act of Congress to get in there, even though we own it. So I've really been struggling trying to figure out ways to update that. So that is on my to-do list, and I will work on that some.
I just discovered it last week, so.
Well, yeah, but it's not very
And
accurate.
I was like,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah. So Perrysville Volunteer Fire Department asked us to sponsor their golf scramble. They've got 4 different levels: $100, $500, $1,500, $2,500. What's your guys' thoughts?
What, on what, the golf?
A golf scramble. It's a fundraiser for the fire department.
Is that so they can clean up their area, or is that so they can have some more trash, or? Just ask.
Don't the individual teams pay for their own to play?
Well, this is a sponsorship.
Yeah, I don't really understand how it works. They're just asking for money. So,
Do we have,
Put it
I'm sorry, I
right.
have a question.
yeah.
Do you, or do we as a town have certain monies set aside for things like that? Or does it just all come out of one pot?
No, it would come out of the general fund, right? Yeah.
And how much do we have in there?
Oh, boy.
Not much.
So we're just now working on the budget for next year, and so I'm just learning the budget right now for next year. I can say we're 6 months in to this year, and the budget is looking good by what was set up. So I think we're trending right, but like the guys have asked for monies for specific things like trees and stuff that need to be built in the budget for next year. So I'm just this month, and August is the preparing of next year's budget. So I'm kind of just getting into that right now. So I don't really understand the total budget, like how much money we have. I'm just learning all that right now.
I basically just asking because just want to make sure that we have monies for everything else that we need. I think it's great to support local causes. Obviously, I have a lot that I do in town as well. So, but I just want to make sure that we have the money.
Which we do give. What do we give them a year? $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we give the fire department $5,000
So
a
you kind of
year.
already have that kind of put
Yeah.
aside. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just let the golfing people pay their own.
I don't think we need to give them any more money. You're paying out the wazoo to have trees cut down that you can actually get it done cheaper if somebody throws a fit, so,
Yeah.
I mean,
When you said that property owners, you know, own from the sidewalk out or whatever, is it in the ordinance then that property owners must take, if the trees are too big or rotten, they have to foot the bill themselves to get them
It's
removed?
not, but we need to write that, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, everybody in the community, if you can, you ought to post a notice either at the gas station or post office. If I wish you would on at least the crucial parts of the minutes. If you could, just run 2 copies off, put one at the gas station, maybe one at the post office, where a lot of people come and go. So
Yeah,
that,
we can't put them at the post office.
No.
uh,
No.
But we can put we put a billboard up at the water office. I don't know if anybody
yeah,
noticed that.
okay.
There's
Yeah,
a new
you
one on the
got, you
outside.
got that bulletin board
So-
outside there, yeah.
Yeah, we can
You know,
put it
so
up there.
people will kind of know what's been going on. If they can't make it here, at least maybe they can see the notice there, keep everybody kind of advised.
Yeah.
I think that would be appreciated. Because, you know, I don't know, a lot of people may be working 3 to 11 shift or whatever, you know, or they had to leave town when the board meeting's going or
Right.
whatever, you know, if you could, you know.
Yeah.
You said from the sidewalk back to the street is property owner's responsibility, correct?
I don't know how it works because the way our ordinance.
Well,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so why is, if that is true, why is the town paying for tree removal between the sidewalk and the road?
So typically in Indiana, the town would be responsible for between the sidewalk and the road.
Okay,
The way our ordinances are written, you own that sidewalk. So it is your sidewalk. It's your job. If you want to put it in, it's your job to pay for it. It has to be constructed to certain specifications, but outside of that, it's your sidewalk. So I don't know how that works. Because technically I could build a sidewalk around my house and
Yeah.
now the town's responsible for my whole yard. So I don't know how that works. We'll have to look into it and do some reading.
I'm just curious.
Well, you need, you know, really, people shouldn't be planting trees out next to the street.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not gonna benefit most homes.
but your main problems are the trees that's in the alleys, ain't you? That's your main.
Man, there's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
know
old,
there's a lot.
there's a lot of
There's a
old
lot of-
trees around town. So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Well, just look at Covington, they had a lot, during that last windstorm, they had trees leaning on houses and people shouldn't let them get 80 foot tall.
Yeah.
You gotta look up and around, or, you know, keep an eye on the property.
Costs a lot of money to top one though.
Yeah, it sure does.
So
Yeah, a lot of times those trees are already there when you move in.
yeah.
Well, that's true.
Very true.
But the property owners should, you know, kind of observe because them things may fall on your house,
Yeah.
which they do in a storm.
Yeah.
So that's just part of people gotta be observant.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just, as an innocent town person, I'm just asking for better communication than just updating Facebook about the water bills. There's opportunities with the bill that went out this month, with Mike's report that went out, that a paper could have been attached just to go, hey, this is your month.
I've been down this road. We've beat this horse to death. This has been planned out for 2025. That rate ordinance was signed in, so we're a full year.
But it wasn't at that 105, it was less than that.
It's
Was it not?
105. It's
After tax.
98 plus tax.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Right.
yeah,
Because the reason why I'm saying is because I have to digitally, I have to go to the way I pay my bill,
Understand.
is I have to go in and manually change that.
Yeah.
So I've already had it set at $100 because that's what I've been told through Facebook and whatever else, and then it's 105, or I think I upped it to 105 now.
Yeah.
But I've had no communication through the town, they just go, it's on Facebook. Well, I don't pay attention to that because there's so much craziness on that page. Like, I'm a part of that page, but I don't follow that page.
Yeah.
So, that's all. So but I can't be the only one.
But you do get a bill, right? Like, it's not like it wasn't, it's
I
not like,
got a bill that it was raised.
Right. But I set a reminder the month before just to try and give a little bit of heads up. But it's not like the bill came due and then 2 weeks later everybody found out, you know, it went up $20 or whatever. Like, you got the bill, it went up. Guys, there's only so much we can do. There's only so much time we have.
Sure. No, I understand that Facebook is the easiest way to do it. It's just, I know there's a lot of people in town that don't use that at all.
But if we're gonna send a letter, somebody's gotta print and stuff
And pay for it.
217 individual letters
Yeah.
to send you a reminder,
And then
it may not get there for 30 days because the post office is telling us that it can take up to 30 days to get mail from Perrysville back to Perrysville.
That's true.
So, I mean,
Don't do that.
I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree. I just, realistically, there's only so
Just
much.
one time it could happen though. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything's been posted on Facebook.
It's been posted on our office door since we passed it though.
And I mailed a letter out, I mailed a huge letter out back this winter explaining everything, updating everybody with the hydrants we've put in, why the rate ordinance is going up, when it's going up, like,
Okay.
we did.
That's perfect. That's
We
all
did.
I was looking for. Because I want to make
So-
sure, because I was just going off of the rates that I was originally told.
Right.
And then I figured it was because it wasn't counting taxes.
Yeah,
And I figured that was the case. I just want to make sure there was at least one letter that went out so everyone wasn't shocked by it.
yeah, we sent a letter out.
So what was that, the water stuff that just came out, the
That's the-
percentages and stuff?
the yearly-
Why couldn't something have been put in with that?
Well, because he said they already sent it out one time.
We send it out. in
So
February.
in the winter.
that would have just been a repeat.
I didn't even open it, I threw it in the trash. If
Well,
Mike
I'm just
says the
saying-
water's good, me looking at that test doesn't tell me crap.
Yeah,
So,
I'll use it.
I'm just saying if there's something like that that's being sent out anyway, to go
Right.
ahead and give an update to
but
somebody.
somebody still has to print and stuff all those, like,
Okay,
Okay,
it's gonna be
so-
stuffed anyway.
Okay, so that was right on the level, the annual water report was right on the level of 74 cents. It would have went up over $1 if we would have added more to it. And the state actually has to approve what I put in that envelope.
Okay.
So Mike had to send them what we were gonna put in there, and then they had to approve it before I could send it out. So, and the other thing with the water bills, the postcard costs 61 cents a piece to mail out, so you can't attach anything to it. We would have to do an envelope, which raises it right to 74 cents. To do,
And you can't change that verbiage either, just to give like a heads up.
the verbiage was changed on the bottom of your water bill to tell you that it was 98.08 plus so much tax to be 104.95.
Yep, and that's where I learned it from.
Yeah, that was right, that was put right on the bill.
Gotcha.
I mean, I understand too, I'm not real big on getting on Facebook and things like that, so other forms of communication are probably a good thing. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to put the board outside of the water department. When you drop off a lot of people drop off their payments. To look at the board, I can put the minutes up there so people can see them after I type them up this week. I have to send them and then I can post them there so you don't read them on Facebook. And also things like what you're talking about, if changes are like that. That's one place that I can put them. The post office will not allow us to put anything there.
No, because it's federal.
That's true.
I'll help you still. You called me now. Because that was my joke of the day.
Do you know when you're gonna start or establish the base rate, you know, like for the first 4,000 and
we won't know until the rate study's done.
till what?
We won't know till the rate study is done.
Okay.
We're,
There's a company in Indianapolis that will take all this information
Oh,
for a year, and then they will tell us what it's gonna look like.
okay.
It is my goal that I cannot guarantee.
Uh-huh,
It is my goal that I cannot guarantee
uh-huh.
to get the base rate with taxes under $100 a month. And that's what we're working on with changing the way the rate ordinance and everything works. So the goal is to get it under $100. But,
Like for the first 4,000,
right, but we're not gonna know, until we
yeah.
see the rate study and see
Yeah.
what they say.
So really, everything has to be complete first, then that study will start for a year.
Correct.
Then I think that's the.
So we're at the mercy of the state is what you're saying?
No, we're not.
Because they're gonna establish the rate.
It's not the state,
It's
it's a
not the
county,
Oh,
county
county.
that we hired.
Yeah.
It's people that are gonna sit down and look at what our bonds cost, what everything costs, our operating costs, and then they're gonna sit down and say, you need to make
Yeah,
X amount per month, you have X amount of customers,
yeah,
so
okay.
they'll sit down and go through all that. They're smarter than us.
I have a question.
Mhm.
This has nothing to do with water. Down in front of the stores, we have our little food pantry and everything, and I noticed the guys here tonight, the kids are opening it up, tearing open the packages, throwing the beans everywhere, and lately they've gotten into peanut butter and it's everywhere. Is there any way you can control the kids on the bicycles and whatever? I mean, it's sad, people use that for food, for them to be going down there and destroying it.
I mean, we just have to catch them doing it. That's the problem. I mean, if you can't catch them doing it in the act, then
Well, they do it at evening time. They have to do it at night. I mean, I'm down there, other people drive by, you don't see it.
yeah.
But they're doing it when the streets are quiet and they're out. And I'm not saying it's all the kids, it's just somebody's doing it, it's just mischief.
I can keep a better eye on it, I mean, but it's obvious that, they're doing it when nobody's watching, nobody's out and about, I mean, and it's unfortunate, it's basically a blessing box, correct?
Right, yeah.
And, it's respectful to those that need it, but not everybody's respectful. And especially children with idle hands. But I will see what I can do and see if we can keep a better eye on it, okay?
That's good. That's all I want.
Do we have a police report?
Maybe. Had a lockout in the month of June. Also been getting a lot of complaints on these e-bikes. Just so everybody here knows, in the state of Indiana, there is no regulation on electronic bicycles. Some of these bicycles can do up to 30, 40 miles per hour. If somebody operates it at that speed, it's at their own risk. As long as they're not causing a traffic hazard, as long as they're not tearing up somebody's yard or tearing up property, there's not much that I can do about that. Yes, ma'am.
Aren't any type of bikes supposed to obey whatever law that cars and motorcycles have to obey?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a basic law, but we haven't had it's hard to regulate bicycle safety, such as traffic control for children, if parents don't teach it. I don't think we've had a bicycle safety class as long as, for years and years. That being said, maybe that's something I can come up with, try to teach that, but only some kids will show up for it, but yes, they're supposed to, on bicycles, and any other like e-bikes and whatnot, yes, you have to obey traffic laws like everyone else, speed limits and that sort of thing. But golf carts fall into that same thing. They still have to follow traffic laws, okay? That being said, outside of, speeding, outside of blowing through stop signs sort of thing, pulling out in front of people, whatever, they're not regulated. There's, the people can ride into the ordinance here in town, they can ride to and from, but like I said, I have to catch them in the act, like you're saying, Also, I served a couple ordinance violations for, and it's like one of them twice the same gentleman. Other than that, that's pretty much the gist of what's going on in the big town of Perrysville,
Okay.
which is good. You guys have a very good town here. Oh, got the car back. I have a bill for $475 for the repair. Somehow something, the Mercy lights were shorted or something, the switch. So, different switch was put on it. The front radar was hooked up. I have to get a cable for the rear radar, which is not pertinent. I mean, I can operate using the front one. They put a different console, better console in it, and everything's in working order.
Cool. Good.
You'll be seeing it all that.
Yes. I have a question. This is in regards to the water, and I know Tony Smith, you and I have talked. But I'm just wondering if the time frame is still about the same. I know that, not you, but when, the town came out and, dug up for my mom's meter and stuff and did all that, she wasn't told that they were done, so we didn't know what to do with it. So thankfully I did message Tony and I said, are they done? Are they coming back? What's next? So Tony Smith did tell me to let it wait for a couple weeks and then they'll be back to clean up the mess, right?
Yeah.
So, which I'm fine with. I just wanna make sure that that's still kind of the plan because I have an issue. Hopefully it doesn't become bigger, but, so I had a FedEx driver that was delivering a large package. My mom was on the porch, saw the whole thing. The FedEx driver tripped over one of the rocks in because the big mound through my mom's whole, you've seen it, Tony.
Mhm.
He tripped over that and he rolled his ankle.
Oh.
So I'm concerned that there may be a bigger issue and I don't know what to do. But anyway, so I just wanted to make sure, like, I didn't know, is it my responsibility to clean it? And then I don't know what to do, like, what are the next steps? Because I don't have a problem if we're supposed to take care of it, I just don't know who to contact to clean it up, I don't know any of that. So I just needed to know, like, are you guys gonna?
Yeah, once it settles down, we'll come knock it down and then we got a kid that's gonna come pick up rocks.
Okay.
I've already talked to a kid in town that we're gonna pay to just go pick up rocks and stuff.
Okay.
That's
But
good.
yeah, we'll come get it knocked down, but if I come knock it down, it's gonna rain a few times and then
It's gonna
instead of being a hump, you're gonna have a big crater.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
unfortunately, it's just something you're gonna have to deal with until we get enough rain to beat that back down.
Yeah.
So,
Try to explain that to my old man.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I can, it just,
No, we're all good.
I mean, you guys know what happens when dirt settles, you're
Yeah.
gonna wind up hauling a couple truckloads of dirt back in, so.
Yeah. I'm just worried because that guy fell, so I keep waiting for a phone call or a knock on my door,
Yeah.
something. Because my mom was like, I felt so bad, I saw the whole thing. I'm like, that's even worse. And you saw the whole thing, so it's true. Dang it.
You're special package.
Yeah. All right, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
I think that's it. Anybody got anything else? Otherwise, we will adjourn.
I do.
Yep.
I want to thank, and she's not here tonight, Stacy French for all the things that she's done for our community. She made such huge efforts to help clean my place, the vines that were so invasive and everything. And I want to thank you two guys because you were there and helped and pitched in and done so much and hauled out so many limbs and everything. I can't thank you enough. And I could never have done that myself. And I really, really, really appreciate it. You helped me with other things, Thank you for finding my meter, even though I still wasn't sure it was the meter. And I have to thank Susan because she gave me a lot of support and a lot of motivation, and it just was wonderful. And thank you.
Well,
In case anybody questions, the tree that went down in our side yard, the tree belongs to the fire department and they're aware of it.
Okay.
So it'll get taken care of. It's a branch of it.
Okay.
okay.
So it will, I hope, get taken care of.
Sounds good.
Have we went anywhere with any of the abandoned buildings or anything yet?
So we had an ordinance to talk about tonight to deal with those. We already have an ordinance. The ordinance that our lawyer revised and went through and wanted us to present is an ordinance from 2017. So we already had the ordinance to deal with it. Now we just got to have the money. So that'll be the next step, is just getting the budget worked out so that we've got the backing to actually
You're good.
move forward.
And the
So-
budget will be presented in, what did we say, August and September, or September and October? We'll vote on the budget here at the meeting.
November, December.
No, it has to be before that. I think it was September and October. Okay.
So, but we're working on getting the budget worked out so that we actually have the money.
I appreciate you, both of you, working with me up there at the old man's place. I know they had to go farther to get it cut, but we had septic tank lines that we had to take care of, so I appreciate you guys working with me on that. Tried to explain that to the old man, that's another issue.
That's why we're dealing with you and not him.
Well, I think you'd have better luck talking to him than me.
I don't know. All right, well, motion to adjourn?
I got one more, just
Yep.
to double check on.
Yep.
The new stop sign on Locust. I think we talked about a couple months that it was inadvertently put there instead of on Adams.
We had voted to put it on Locust,
Okay,
and we are also going to add one to Adams.
okay.
We're waiting on the locate to be done, and then we'll get the sign set.
I was incorrect. I
And
thought,
that's why I wanted to
yeah.
ask about it, because I'm still not used to stopping for it, so
yep,
I didn't know whether to start programming myself a little better or
Yeah.
just not even worry about it.
Right.
yep.
Is there increased traffic in them areas? That's why they're putting stop signs up, or?
There's a bus stop right there, and Rodney was concerned people are just, because there was nothing from Walnut clear down to 32.
Yeah,
We got lots of little kids on this.
Yeah, and people just,
yeah.
it's how they drive through the whole town.
Well,
So,
yeah, and you know, you don't want them speeding too fast.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of
That's
little kids
what I
down
was-
there.
So, at least now if they're speeding, they're running stop signs too, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Well, thank you, everybody.
Did you want to
Thank
look
you.
at your bill?
Good.